Culture, powered by Flavor, with Dan, Shuckle, and Itty Red Scarf.
Is the Culture crew, Dan, Shuckle, and Itty Red Scarf here.
Sup, sup?
And we got the champ in the house, the middleweight UFC champion of the world. The greatest fighter to come out of Aotearoa. The last Stylebender, Israel Adesanya.
We need those sound effects, eh?
We really need to work on those sound effects. Yeah.
Auntie Blood.
Can you come in every week just to do the sound effects? Like, for real, champ, what's happening, brother?
Life, man. Life's happening. It's happening fast.
Very
Very
fast.
fast. Yeah, but I'm just trying to slow down one day at a time. But, it's hard to slow down when you're riding in the kurama.
Yeah. For real. Hey, because we've been talking about some stuff on radio about the fighting and that, and I mean, there's more to you than just being a fighter. I think a lot of Aotearoa haven't really got to know Israel Adesanya deep down, so we're going to ask you some deep questions very soon.
They never will.
The mysterious Stylebender. But
subscription.
Elusive.
Yeah.
Go to my
like
premium
Shuckle's
Snapchat.
website.
My premium Snapchat.
But, for real, I think on behalf of us as fight fans locally, what you've done for the country and what you've done for your gym and what you've done for your roots back home, I think it's got to be applauded, commended. You're an absolutely inspiration to a lot of people. So thank you for what you've done for helping put not just New Zealand on the map, but your home as well.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's crazy sometimes because what you envision for years finally comes to fruition, and then you have to kind of like sometimes, because I'm always just go. What's next? So sometimes lately, I have to remember just to chill, step back and smell the roses. Just look at what you've done. Look at what we've done. Like in the last year, I just kind of had to sit back after the last fight and just be like, shit, we did this, we did that. And it's pretty cool, man. Like, because Eugene, he's been doing this for a long time with Doug Viney and, Tristram and all the other coaches we have. And a lot of us who've been fighting on the local circuit, King of the Ring, you guys have been around. You've seen all the work we've done. And the whole way, I've just called it like, yo, watch me. To anyone who would listen, anyone, I'm just like, watch this. And people, oh sure, yeah, what eat so cool. But like for me, I'm just, I'm being honest, trying to live my truth, trying to say, speak my mind. And yeah, it's just crazy to see it happening the way it is and play out. Like when I say that player one shit, sometimes I actually feel like I'm not even, like I'm a vessel. If that, like was I in New York? I said some bar after the fight with Joe Rogan. I was just like, where did I come up with that? Like I felt like it was just a vessel, just like like The Sims, So yeah, but I mean, I'm privileged and I'm blessed to be in the position I'm in. So I'm really grateful, and I don't take it for granted. Put it that way. And some days I do complain about like the most bullshit first world problems, and then I have to realize like, fuck, if the worst thing is, someone was rude to me because they wanted to take a photo, well, thank God. Yeah. Perspective.
Well, you've come from humble beginnings, Tell us a little bit about...
But he's not humble, bro.
they don't know the real Izzy.
That's such a good accent too.
Bro, you don't even know I come from Aotearoa.
Oh,
Yeah. Shout out to Rotorua as well.
Shout out to the BOP, man. Tell us about your upbringing.
My upbringing.
Where you were born and all of that sort of stuff.
Born in Lagos, Nigeria, to Tai and Femi Adesanya. And yeah, they pretty much... I was well off. Like, my dad was a really successful businessman. My mom was a successful businesswoman. And, like, I didn't even know how to shower for myself till I was, like, 7. Because I had housemates doing it for us. Like, that's how we were, we were lit. We were cool. And, yeah, it must be nice. No, but, yeah, for me, I had to learn, the hard way what hard work is. Because, growing up in that kind of environment, and a lot of things are at your fingertips, and then moving to New Zealand and then having to deal with, a lot of things like culture shock, prejudice, not knowing why people are assholes to me just because of my skin color, and then a lot of things. Like, it's just been a lot of ups and downs, smiles and frowns through my upbringing. But yeah, you can just ask whatever you want. I'll tell you. Most things.
Growing up, I was the maid at my house.
So, really?
Yeah. When you were talking about the maids, I felt like, I felt a connection there.
Yeah,
and then I remembered it was
a little
me.
synergy there.
A little bit.
Once we moved to New Zealand, then chores became a thing. Yeah, then it became a thing. You had to do your dishes, the lawns, and everyone had their roster for each week. Yeah, so I started to learn what proper hard work was. Yeah.
So like with mum and dad, like do they, there's Stylebender, the superstar,
Yes.
the UFC fighter, the great dancer. List all these things.
Tell
I can
more.
keep going. I
Tell
can
me
keep
more.
going.
Tell me more.
But then at home, are you just Israel to them?
Yeah.
Do they call you like a special name?
Yeah. They call me Bolaji, BJ, Izzy, like Shuku, Dogo. There's many things they call me. But for me, I'm just their son. And like my mom used to come, like she said my first fight in Wanganui when it was probably my third fight, I think. She came, she said she wasn't gonna come. She's like, I'm not showing up, I'm not gonna watch it. My dad showed up, and then eventually I saw her in the crowd when I was fighting. This is like years ago, 2008, and she's watching like hands over her eyes, like and now they watch legit every UFC fight, every card, undercard to main card, and they watch everyone, and then they'll watch every middleweight, no matter if they're ranked or not. They'll watch them and just keep them in mind. And then like even for Romero, they're already game planning. They already have like the game plan, and they tell me what to do. And it's like common sense stuff. Like my dad's actually like legit on point, man. He's a really smart analyst when it comes to MMA. He was saying there was one he did for Submission Radio, and this is after the weigh-ins. Then Submission Radio happened to catch my family outside the Marvel Stadium. Is it on?
Yep.
Is it on?
Yep.
Oh, I couldn't hear properly. So they caught them outside in the foyer at Marvel Stadium, and then like my dad was just spitting bars at them, like just facts. But people were just like, oh, he's gonna be like that because that's his dad. Of course, he's gonna be biased. And I'm like, bro, my dad's speaking facts. Like he said, Romero. You should look it up. It's on Submission Radio on their YouTube. But yeah, they're proud of me now, and it's cool to see like from telling them, if you come from a immigrant family like myself, Nigerian household, you tell your parents, I want to go be a fighter. Yeah, exactly. I get clapped. I go slapped. Like, what do you think you're going to do? But now to see the fruits of the labor and to see what I'm able to provide for them and my family and those around me, they're really proud. And that's, for all of us, that's what we want to do, make our parents proud, be able to do nice things for them. I sent them to Europe this Christmas, to Dubai, Europe, business class. And then my dad now is like, I cannot go back to economy.
That's your dad flexing on you.
I don't. No.
You got to keep winning them fights, bro.
You better win this fight.
So I don't flash it or advertise it a lot of the times, but sometimes I like to, just because it's good to do. It feels good to do good, especially for those who've been there and supported you from the jump. So yeah.
Is racism a real thing in New Zealand?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. I don't know if people try and hide and say it's not. Like, it's not as bad as it is in America. Even like sometimes when you talk about issues that are happening over there, like one time someone said like, why do you want to get involved in all that politics over there in America? You're from here. I'm like, bro, it doesn't matter. Even when I'm in America or when I'm in somewhere else in the world, they don't look at me and go, oh, no, you're not African American. You're just a Kiwi or African. No, they don't. They just see you're black. That's it. So they're going to treat you how they treat, black people, however they see fit. So in New Zealand, it happens. It's covert a lot of the times. That's like, it's low key. But it's there, not just against me. It's against the Māori people. It's against, Islanders, Tongans. It's even against white people. It goes the other way, straight up. It does go the other way. So it's a thing, but I don't know if it's human conditioning or if it's nature to segregate or whatever. You can dive deep into that. But yeah, it's definitely a thing in New Zealand. And you look at Aotearoa, that was a thing, I'm sure if it happened in Ponsonby, if someone was digging up the graves over there, not here, they'll stop that straight away, or Fletcher or whoever. But yeah, it is a thing in New Zealand, but I don't know if it's necessary. I don't think it's necessary. And for me, I can never put myself in that state of mind where I'll, for me personally, treat someone different because of the color of their skin. Like, I'm not racist. I just, what's the word? I just don't like people sometimes equally. I hate, I don't say 100%. I hate everyone equally, but I dislike everyone equally. Yeah, if that makes sense. And I like everyone equally. Like, I don't care if you're nice to me, if you fuck with me, I fuck with you. That's it. That's how I judge who you are. Not because, look at it, this guy, it's fucking blah, blah, whatever, I don't know, racial slur. Yeah.
I heard an argument the other day where people were talking that, racism is almost engineered genetically within, people. But that's bullshit, because if you think about children, And you think, particularly before the age of 5, 3, 4 years of age, they don't care who they're playing with. They don't care who they're mixing with. You know, it's engineered into them by social normality, by their parents, by the culture, and by their environment that they're surrounded with. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I come from a mixed breed family. My mother's Māori. My dad is Kiwi European. But I can tell you now, we went to a school here in Auckland where at a young age it was mainly Māori, and it was, it was good times. My mum wanted me to get a better education. She moved me to a school in Parnell. And for 3 years of my life, it was it was an education in how to dodge those bullets, how to dodge those missiles that were coming at me. And I can remember, and it's interesting because you would hear racial slurs at 10 years of age from other 10-year-old children, and I was bombarded with it through these 3 years that I was at this one school. Yeah. So, and it does work the other way.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
I've seen it, like even... We're all guilty. Like sometimes if I'm in town and I see like, a bunch of brown boys on the other side or walking down like towards me, like for me, I'm fine now. I'll just walk right through them. But I've seen people like, even when I'm walking Millie, they'll cross the other side of the street, just because, he's this big black guy walking a pit bull. And then I have to consciously, it's almost like second nature now. I have to constantly make people feel at ease so they know I'm not a threat. So that's why I smile at people, especially old white people. So they know, hi, how you doing? Good. And just ignore. But yeah, it's built into me now so that I have to, and then also there's the added factor now that I'm in the spotlight, because when I walk in a room, like I know what a hot chick feels like now when she walks in the bar. Like I walk in and I'm like, okay, that group's looking at me. Right? I was.
You know how I feel?
You're the only chicken here.
No, I know the struggle. Like literally, like I'm sure. But when you walk into like a bar, you can tell sometimes like, oh, this guy's looking at me, and then everyone's, oh, let me buy you a drink. Let me buy.
Frustrating.
Yeah, struggles, first world problems. But like for me, even the same thing. It's like I walk into a bar, sometimes I can like, okay, that group's already, they're looking at me, and then you get that one guy who'll be brave enough. Oh, Stylebender, you're the man. Oh, I gotta buy you a drink, bro. I'm good. No, the champ doesn't pay for his drink. And I have to physically like, yo, fuck off. Yeah, like, I'm good.
Yeah, does that get annoying?
Yes, yeah, very. Bro, like this, like I've always said my quote is, what is it? It's like, what's that? Fuck fame, but I enjoy the perks. I love the perks, but if I could deal without it, thank God. Like, because a lot of people think that's what you want. Even me, I'm guilty of it. You grew up in this culture of, MTV Cribs and all that kind of stuff, and you think this is what I want. This is what will make me happy. And it does make you happy, but there's the other side of it that no one ever talks about. So after my UFC debut, I knew what was happening. I was like, fuck, this is going to end badly if I don't do something about it. So I went to therapy straight away. I found a psychologist I could relate to and like relay information to and get tools from that can help me deal with fame, because no one's going to teach you how to be famous. No one teaches you. You see a lot of these people get thrust into the spotlight, and then they rise, and the world builds them up. They rise, and then they just tear them down. They watch them fall, and then just like, cool, next, move on to the next person. You're replaceable. Like, we're all replaceable. So for me, yeah, that's why I stay humble. That's why I stay grounded. I stay cool with the people that have been cool with me, because I don't want to ever get caught in that trap where I think I'm the shit. And I know I'm the shit, but you have to realize you're not the shit. That's like the weird balance you have to walk. Like Joe Rogan put it best. He said, as a magician, you can't believe your own tricks. Like, you can't really believe you're cutting that girl in half. You can't really believe you're pulling a rabbit out of the hat. You have to know that's a trick. That's not real. If it works on you, if fame works on you yourself, then you fucked up. If you start to believe, do you know who I am? Oh God, I've only ever had to use that once, but it wasn't a bad way. Okay. The story was this is after the press conference before me and Robert in maybe like June or something. I can't remember. It was in Melbourne. So this is the one where that guy with the megaphone was talking shit at me. It was that. That night I was like, you know what? I'm gonna walk around the streets of Melbourne with my AirPods and just listen to music. And I went to an alleyway, rolled up, smoked up, and I just walked around Melbourne with my AirPods, just enjoying, just because I knew this is one of the last times I'll be able to walk around in my favorite Australian city just without being recognized. So I did it after my debut in Perth. I've done it in a few major cities, just kind of like enjoy these moments because it's not going to be long. I've seen it. And then I'm walking through, and then I saw this guy there's three of them, and then one of them, first one, he started to like drift towards me, and I'm just watching him, and I can see through my peripherals, he just kind of like, as he walks past me, I'm like, what the fuck? And then his friend comes over, bro, he's drunk, bro. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. What the fuck? And he's like, bro, I'm sorry, bro. And puts his hand out, and I smack his hand, and it hits his friend in the face. I'm like, you know who the fuck I am? But when I said that, I wasn't like, do you know who I am? Like, Stylebender, I'm famous. No, I was like, do you know who the fuck I am? I would end you right now, right here, and your friends too. Make you all three a human centipede. But I felt, nah. Because it's easy work. That's light work, you know? Yeah. And I just knew he is drunk. But for me, and then I said some shit, and I just walked away. And I kept on looking at my shadow just to see if, you have to always be aware. So you just look at your shadows to see if anyone's kind of coming close. So, yeah, I only use that just kind of let them know, like, oh, fuck, I'll murder you.
That is that's some straight gangster ass shit. You're telling me the story, and I'm afraid now. I'm sitting here like, I don't want to get slapped. Slap her.
Not in the face.
Talking about some of the therapeutic stuff that you went through, going to therapy and learning how to be, probably re-engineer your brain to be famous.
Relearn. Exactly. There you go.
Like growing and growing yourself mentally. Is where you were at that stage and where you are now part of that journey as well? Being 100%. Able to be that guy, to be able to turn around and go, who the fuck I am?
Yeah.
To being that guy who's now sitting here saying, listen, I've had to learn how to sort of handle it a little bit differently.
Yeah. 100. Dude, I'm glad all this shit happened to me now, at fucking 28. What was it when I jumped in the UFC? Rather than 23.
Yeah.
Like I know for me at that time, when I used to work at some gas company over here, and I'd buy a lotto ticket and be like, please, God, just this once, if you let me win.
That was me last night.
That is us every day.
If you let me win. Like literally, if not, I'll end up, running or crashing into a pregnant lady like some people, I'd end up grabbing strippers by the pussy. John Jones. Motherfucker Jones. I mean, like, he fucked up because, he was trying to portray this image of self-righteousness and da-da-da-da, and then you get given millions of dollars at a young age. Yeah. And you see a lot of people, not just him, a lot of athletes, actors, entertainers, they rise and fall. So for me, I'm glad all this shit's happening now because, trust me, I made my mistakes. Yeah. But it was away from the spotlight. So that way I'm able to learn from it and grow rather than have that shit, like, in your face constant. Because for me, I'd even hate it. Like, I don't feel bad for him. Fuck the cunt. But, like, I feel like if song was constantly reminding me of the shit that I've done when I'm trying to move on, it'll suck. So I'm glad that a lot of my mistakes I'll make mistakes, don't get me wrong. You'll see me on TMZ for something. But like for me, I know I'll always bounce back and I'll learn from my mistakes. But it's harder when you're in the spotlight because the world will always just like, you're guilty until proven innocent. And even though when you're proven innocent, you're still guilty. You know what I mean? So I'm mature now. I'm a lot smarter. But I'm still me, so I know I'm gonna make mistakes. I'm not perfect.
That's got to be crazy to be able to think constantly, every second of every day, that everything you do is under a microscope now.
What I say is every interaction I have is making history. Legit, like example, the story I'm gonna tell you right now is the only story I'm gonna have of me trying to talk to Common and Most Def till I meet them next time somewhere.
You met them?
So at the airport, I was coming back from Adelaide years ago, briefly, and I had like a big trophy after I won, and I was like, oh, it's Coming to Most Def. They were having a conversation by the carousel, and I thought, oh, I want a photo, But that was because I was a fan.
Legit.
And I started rocking up to him, and I was like, hey, my man. And then Most Def turns to me and goes, nah, man, no photos. Sorry, bro. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Appreciate it. And I walked away, but I remember I felt sad. I felt cut. But I can understand now when I'm in this position why he said that, because first of all, they don't fucking know me. They don't owe me shit. They're just two people having a conversation, and here I am just, oh, hey, can I get a photo for the gram? Or like, I'll be talking to, I don't know if you've seen, I'll be talking to you, I'm talking to people, I'll be on dates, and then like, you see someone just like, boom, in your face, and they won't even say sorry to who you're talking to. And I'm just like, excuse me, I'm talking right now. Like yesterday I went to Kiwi Rob's 30th birthday. As soon as I walk in, there's this table to the right, like I said, it's like us hot chicks, how we do. And like, Stylebender. And I was just like, yo, cool. Because it's just too much. It's like they come at you with 100 of like energy. And I'm just like, I'm at 50 right now. I'm chilling. And they're like, oh, bro, no, can I get a photo? And I'm just like, hold up. Let me just find the birthday boy real quick. No, I'm like, hold up. I had to like, that's why I said like, I feel bad for chicks. Because like, I mean, it's harder to tell someone to fuck up, especially a big man when you're, a girl, frail, feeble. And yeah, try and harass me. It's a little bit different, but yeah, I just being at the right place at the right time. Sometimes I'm always in the wrong place at the wrong time, and I'm just like, what am I doing here? Yeah, but you learn. Like I said, I'll make my mistakes away from the spotlight.
Well, I think with Mos Def, just on a side note, I don't think he actually really does that many photos because I had the same encounter with him on High Street. He came to New Zealand for the Rapture, which was with Eminem, and Common as well.
I think that's why,
So you probably saw them on that.
And I saw them at Pyramid, I saw Common at Pyramid in a private room, I think that weekend, but he didn't even know me, and I didn't approach him then. I just kind of left him alone because I was like, you know what, he probably just wants to chill. So I learned.
Because one of the boys went up to Mos Def and was like, hey, Mos Def, can I please get a photo? And he was just like, nah. And he was like,
I respect that.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Sweet. Still like the music.
Yeah.
But, he was cool about it. And I guess after years of being in the industry as well, we look at you guys and we think, you guys are these superstars. You're larger than life. And so when we actually see you in life, it's like, oh my God, I need to capture this moment right now. But we forget that you guys, you go through the same thing as everyone else. You have the same problems, except for obviously car problems.
Really? Small work.
You go through the same shit every other human being does. So
I might be in a shitty mood. I might not want to talk to. I might have just had the worst day, and then someone comes at you. And I think it's a learned behavior. What I think it is like the way it's been portrayed in TV and the media of how you meet a celebrity. You're supposed to get in their face, yell at them, cry even. I'm your biggest fan. No. That's learned
as
behavior.
A fan, cried.
Yeah.
Cried
Oh, bro.
Really?
I'll put a clip up one time. It's on my phone somewhere. This guy was after the KSI Logan Paul fight? Some guy was just like tears. I was just like, yo, gave him a hug. Told him it was all good. Love. Whatever, and then that's it. But I think it's just learned behavior. People just think like you have to like, oh my God, I'm your biggest fan. You matter to me. And I'm just like, nah. What if they're not in the mood? Even me now, there's so many people I've met that I don't even ask for a photo. I'm just like, it was the last person. Like, I don't get starstruck often, but I was dancing on Lil Jon's DJ table, and.
Yeah, you were.
Right.
I've had a few stories start like that.
Yeah, and well, then Jamie Foxx was there, and I didn't know he was there. And then he sees me because he's doing like an Instagram live. Sees me and just like points at me and starts throwing elbows. I was like, yeah, that's my guy. But it kind of got me off guard, so I think that just made me like, oh shit. But then you can see it was his birthday. It was when I was just in Vegas. It was his birthday, December 12th, same day as my dad as well. And I yarned to him for a little bit, about a minute and a half, and then. Yeah, I just let him be, and see, now that's the story I'm going to tell till I meet him next time and we, have another encounter and eventually it becomes regular. Like, it's the same thing, so yeah, I don't want to feel like I just want to take from them. Like, I just enjoy him living his life. And I have that story to tell now, but everyone's like, oh, but did you get a picture? You get a, it's like, but what does that do? It doesn't really do anything. And sometimes when people are dicks, if I can't say no, I'll just look really assholey in the picture. I'll just make it an ugly ass photo, just so that way when they post it,
Shuko's really good at that.
Yeah. Oh, the shade.
We're gonna take a photo together.
Oh. All right. Well, yeah. I mean, it is what it is now. So it's my life. So I just have to live it. And so when I talk about it, I realize how absurd it sounds. I realize how stupid it sounds. And I realize that I'm evolving. I'm changing as well. And I catch myself in moments. Example, on my way back from Vegas, I was trying from Vegas to LA and then LA back to NZ. And the plane from Vegas to LA had no business class. And I just kind of assumed my ticket was business class. And I walked on the plane. I was just like, oh.
Must be nice.
Okay. And I sat down, and when I sat, I just like cracking up to myself, like, you bougie motherfucker, you asshole. Look at you soft bitch. Like, I know how ridiculous it is. So I catch myself. That's what I mean. Like, I'm not the magician that believes his own trick. I realize how stupid it sounds. Like, oh, that's okay. It's on a business class flight. I can just sit down. You know, it's tight. My legs are fucking like sardines in a can, but whatever. You know, I have two lovely, healthy ladies next to me. Whatever, you know. It's just the life. But yeah, you just have to realize and take the good with the good and bad with the bad. But yeah, I catch myself though in certain diva moments. I'm just like, you asshole. Chill, champ. But that's what keeps me like grounded. That's what makes me stay focused, because I don't want to be that guy who starts to like think you're the man. You know, like you have to think you're the man, but like I said, you have to know you ain't the man. That's the fine balance of life.
You catch yourself slipping often?
A couple times. Whoop. No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good at catching myself slipping. Let me see. Like last time I caught myself slipping. No one ever catches me slipping though. I make sure of that. But like for me, I catch myself slipping sometimes. Yeah, and in some ugly situations as well. I'll keep that for another day. I'll save that for the book or the documentary.
I mean, so when you're in the gym, does Huge treat you any differently? Do the guys treat you differently?
Nah.
Or are you just like every other gym member, expected to not be late?
Exactly.
You know?
I am the world's latest person. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's just because my impression of time is different than everyone else's. I always think I have more time than I do. And
apparently that's a mental disorder, by the way.
Is it? Fuck. Well,
I have that too.
Well, we're special then.
Apparently.
Special. Nah, but like, yeah, it's he still treats me the same. He doesn't treat me. He doesn't care. He doesn't give a fuck. It's like, cool. Yeah, and show up, do your work. I'm not gonna praise you for doing the right thing, doing what you're supposed to do. So, yeah, that's what I need. Like, and that's one thing that's missing a lot in today's martial arts is the respect between coaches and students. It's there still, but like I'm talking like in the highest level, and with the superstars. Like sometimes there's one I've been to like certain high profile gyms and I've seen fighters yell at their coach, and I'm just like it reminded me of my first time when I was in New Zealand when I was in intermediate, and I saw a student yell at a teacher like "fuck off, miss," and I was like.
That was definitely
and I was like, he about to get beat. And I thought he could get caned over here, but I was like, she's sending him outside? Wow. So like for me, yeah, I've seen fighters yell at their coaches. I'm like, if I do that to you, I'm dead. And he can actually beat me easy. Yeah, I can be beat by many people. I get beat every other day, but he can beat my ass.
Well, I mean, at CKB, there's 3 fighters on the wall on the gym. If you don't mind, who are they? And
that's Monu, Wilman, and Jamie. Those are 3 of our fallen soldiers, and they they're not with us anymore, but they're with us, and that's why we did that mural, just to kind of have them watching over us and keeping us safe in the good light. Yeah, but we see them, and I like walking in there and seeing that mural. That's gangster. Shout out to Matty Bro as well. Matty Bro, he's the one that did that mural by Culture Kings in Melbourne. He's the one that put that up, and I'm surprised it's still there. It's been buffed a little bit, like tagged over a little bit, but I'm surprised it's still there. So shout out to Belmar for keeping the lights on. Appreciate it. Yeah.
The opportunity to be able to be part of a team, part of a gym for most of your life. Where do you reckon your life might have been without that brotherhood, without that discipline?
Nah, I will not be where I'm at. Definitely. I don't want to say I'll be in jail, but I'll be a loser. Yeah, I'll be a deadbeat. I feel like I wouldn't have purpose. I wouldn't have drive. I wouldn't have something to strive for. Or maybe I would, but I just don't think I would to the level that I have right now because of the fortitude, of fighting, and the team that I have with me, the culture that we've created. Yeah, I don't think I'd have that, but
you're a smart guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You're a very intelligent person. Let's be honest here. I think I
wasn't book smart, but like I think different.
Who really is book smart? Really
my
today.
Sister. My sister.
Except for
geography.
I always said book smarts is worth 0 cents as long as if you don't have any common sense.
What is X, Dan? What is X? Find X. What is it? What
Carry
is anyone knows yet?
As long as
have you found out
what
X is? There's not once I've ever had to use algebra in the real life. Like I'm like. I understand if maybe you're a scientist. I don't know if you use algebra for that, but certain things I learned in school, I was useless, just useless information. And now we have the internet. Times have changed, like the world is changing. The world is at your fingertips. So you can learn anything you want, anytime, anywhere.
Well, I always enjoyed history because I always felt that being able to take lessons from the past, we're able to influence who we are moving forward. Like you think about mistakes that we made when we were younger and all that sort of shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like we're molded by who we were. I'm not molded by algebra or, yes, I am molded by chemicals, but the person that I am and how I work in my life and when I turn left or right, it's not guided by that. It's guided by common sense and who I am.
Yes.
So, yeah, I don't know if you would have turned out to be like that because you've always come across to me like somebody who's intelligent, smart, has common sense.
I would have been a great dancer. Yeah, I would have been, Lance Savali, shout out to Lance Savali. I'd be doing what he's doing. Exactly what he's doing.
Either that or like Magic Mike.
Magic Mike, maybe. I don't know. What's that? Is a hush hush? All right, shh. No. But yeah, like what he's doing is what there was a crossroads. I was like, okay, do I want to be a dancer or do I want to be a fighter? And for me, I felt like, man, I could just always dance anywhere, but I can't just always fight anywhere, because I'll end up in jail or end up, with a lawsuit. So, yeah, I took the route that I took, and I'm enjoying it. And I know eventually I'll still do something dancing. I might even try and take Lance's job. I'm coming for your work, Lance. But he's in fucking Miami right now. He's gonna be. Is it? I don't want to. Okay, shh. Hush. No breaking news. I was like, I was gonna shake. I was like, oh my god, we can go to the first one. No. I don't want to blow off his spot. He's doing some big things right now, and I appreciate. Like it's good to watch. I watch his stories and shit like that because that's what I would have been doing instead if I wasn't fighting, and like I would have been successful at it if I could sing. Bieber, Brown, Usher, over, gone, nothing. They have nothing on me. Like back in the day, I would have killed all of them off at the same time. Now they'll kill me off individually, easily.
Talking about dancing, how shit scared were the UFC when you did your entrance?
So the story was, I tried to get it done. Well, let me have a sip.
Yeah, do it.
The tea, sis. The tea.
That's it.
Now, but I was trying to do it with the silver fight, right? Because, well, it wasn't really my show. It was supposed to be Robert and Kelvin's show. But then my, I don't know, like he pulled out in the morning of the fight. So, but even before that week, I was like, man, I want to, because, Jesse, my boy, lives in Melbourne. I was like, man, I want to do a cool entrance. I'll be sick. But then fucking Dana's like, nah. Or the UFC's like, nah, no, screw you guys then, whatever. I just didn't think they were vibing with it. But then this one, when it was like me versus Robert announced on the biggest show, the biggest stage, I'm like, nah, I'm going to do this my way. Excuse me. And it all made sense. It all came together from that Wednesday of fight week because Jesse's there. Damn. Jay from Aotearoa, shout out to Jay Kopina. He's one of the OGs from Aotearoa, like in dance in general in New Zealand. And he was there. And I was just like, these are my two, like, day ones, two of them. This has to be special. You can't just like have the biggest show and not do something that just blows the roof off the place. Set the tone, And I carry that shit on my back, like that. Like, they didn't, you look at like UFC 189, that was with Conor and Chad Mendes. That whole main card was stacked with main events. Robert Lawler versus Roy McDonald. That was another, like, they had all the fucking fights, but this one, they didn't stack it in my favor. They had good fights, don't get me wrong, but they didn't have any big marquee names, No,
it was top heavy. You guys carried it.
Yeah. Oh, but not even him. He didn't do shit. He's all, you can show the fight, I'll just go in there and do my job. And I was like, no, I'll do my job and I'll do your job as well. So yeah, that was all me. And yeah, fuck, it is pressure, and I handle it very well. I don't think people can understand the kind of pressure you have to be in that situation. So when I was doing that, I went to the arena the night before or the evening before, and I practiced that with my crew 6 times, like the whole walkout from start to getting to the prep point, pretending someone's doing all that shit, entering the cage circle, winning. I seen it all. And then when it was time, when it was live, it just felt like deja vu. I already knew. I fell asleep the night before the fight watching the rehearsal, like, this is gonna be so cool, like, this is gonna be so fucking sick. I want to fucking blow the roof off this joint. That was where my mind was at. I wasn't thinking about, like, because Robert was stewing over the fight. He was just overthinking, and it's called paralysis over analysis. He was just overthinking the fight, and for me, I'm just like, man, this is gonna look sick. I look skags, my crew look gangs, like that's where my mind was at. So yeah, it's just different, man. You have to just do it. You have to do it and pay homage to your culture. And so dance culture is my culture, and I did so.
I think, or I don't know if I think because I wasn't there, but do you think that being able to focus on something other than just the fights makes a difference to help you be more relaxed?
Facts. And then preparing as well. But then for me, like I said, I was just, even in the back, did all my things. The fight's already done like the week before. You've done all the work. So I'm just doing my warm-ups, all that kind of stuff. And I'm just like, man, this is going to look so sick. And then when we got there in the huddle, I was like, you ready, boys? And then like we did our thing and it was just lit. I was just in the moment. And then walking through, I was just, I'm dribbling thinking about it right now. Like it was just a moment in time that was just classic. And it's something that everyone expects now. And that's the thing that made it really special is no one expected it. Yeah. So now everyone's like, oh, what's he going to do next time? I'm like, expect the unexpected because, I don't know.
Well, I think you heard it first here in live. Dana White's going to join in. As in the next entrance.
Yeah.
Dana White's going to do a surprise.
I'll come out from under the cage.
It's interesting though because the UFC don't put a lot of effort anymore into the entrances. I can remember back in the days with Tito and Chuck, there was these pyrotechnics and all sorts of things with the entrances. Then it toned down, and then in the Conor era, they kind of I can remember them having Sinead O'Connor singing him in and all this sort of stuff. And
they tried to get Rihanna for Jose, but I don't know what happened. That fell through. That would have been gangster though.
That would have been cool as.
She sings "Run This Town." That's his entrance.
Yeah, well, it's interesting because I can remember it all dying down a bit and then seeing James Tahuna come out.
Men in Black.
Men in Black.
Yes.
And he always
that
came
was
up with
gangster.
different. That was pretty cool.
That was gangster. I like that. And it's just, people are like, oh, this ain't the WWE. I'm like, shut the fuck up. This is entertainment. This is a show. This is what we do. If someone walks out and does the haka, oh no, but it's cultural. It's like, no, this is my culture. And even there was like, if you look at the dance itself, it was like little Illuminati hidden messages in there. Like a lot of people wouldn't really peep game to unless they know. So like, it wasn't just doing it just for fun. I was doing it to empower myself as I stepped into the biggest fight of my life.
Do you get hate from hardcore MMA fans for paying homage to WWE? Yeah, like in your workouts.
Oh,
and
that's
stuff?
right. Yeah. Oh, sometimes this guy trying to be like WWE.
To the people's elbow.
But I mean, for me, it's me having fun. Like it was me and shout out to John Vaca, that's my dude. But it was just us having fun. Like we do it in the gym all the time. So for me, I think it was the day off. I was like, fuck, we're gonna do this. Now we rehearsed it like 3 times. And I was like, cool, done. But it was just good fun. People liked it. The right people saw it and they were happy with it. The Stone Cold and The Rock and all them. And it's just, I mean, if you're not having fun, what the fuck are you doing? No matter what, it doesn't have to be fighting, but in life, if you're not having fun, what are you doing?
I saw a video the other day of the Milwaukee Bucks, who are the top team in the NBA at the moment. They've got the best record in the entire NBA.
I know sports.
Yeah, I know. But team with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, the team in their so normally you have the teams in the backstage and they do their little pre-thing. Some will have a prayer, some will do a little bit of a dance. These guys were having a staged WWE fight.
Straight.
There's an audio. You got to check it out. And they're rolling on the ground and they're stomping.
In the locker room.
Yeah, in the locker room.
Okay, that's gangster.
Not even in the locker room, in the
hallway.
The hallway to the entranceway. And they're like stomping on their heads and coming in with like...
See, that's fun. And that'll get your mind off whatever you're about to do. You have to be in that playful mindset. I like being in that playful mindset because if I'm just playing, then I play with them. It's light work. But if you're in there, like the Kelvin fight was, that one, there's a few errors I had. Later on, I'll explain, like in my memorabilia, if you will. But there's a few errors I made leading up to the fight, but also the night of the fight. Some things didn't go right, but I rose to the occasion. You have to be able to adapt. That's what the mark of a true champion is. That's what the mark of a true future legend is. So, but if you're playful, like I said, my quote before my last fight was, when I'm having fun, I'm the best in the world. That was my quote the whole week. And then, what's your prediction for this fight? I'm going to have fun. I'm going to have fun. That's what I told everyone. I was like, when I'm having fun, I'm the best in the world. And nobody's going to say shit about that.
Was it a mental thing going into the Kelvin fight? Like your first title fight?
Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't even that. Nah, it wasn't even that. It was. It was a little bit personal, personal things. Yeah, but later on, everything will come to light in my time. Yeah.
Amazing fight.
Yeah, I enjoy that.
One of the greatest. Of all time.
I didn't enjoy the process of it, but I enjoyed the phoenix in me when I had to rise from the ashes, when it was like, oh, it's done, because everyone was hoping. I know when he rocked me with that head kick. I know when he hurt me in the first round. In the first round, when he hurt me with that punch, I could hear the crowd, and I know, but straight away I just recovered, went to the center, and I went back to work, and I started beating him, but he still won the round though. But I know people would like, yes, he bleeds, yes, he's about to fall, the hype train's about to end, and they're all waiting for my downfall. But I'm like, I don't know if I'm waiting for anyone's downfall. Like, straight up, ask yourself, I don't think, not even Trump. I don't even I'm not waiting for his downfall. I'm not hating anyone to that extent where I'm like, I hope this motherfucker fails, because I don't know. I don't feel like they have any vested interest or like any kind of like clout in my life. You know, like
you're in control of your own fate.
Facts, player one. You know, I got the controller, and a lot of people, they're waiting there. Like even today with Conor fighting, and like, oh yeah, I'm sure a lot of people was like, oh, fucking this cunt. I hope he loses. Or even Cowboy, I'm sure a lot of people were like, I hope he loses. But like, if I could want the other guy to win. Like some people were like, I want Robert to win. Some, I want Israel to win. But like, if you're going, nah, I want Robert to lose, I want Israel to lose. It's like, that's a different mentality than, I want the other guy to win. Like you're spitting venom, hoping someone falls and fails, and then you can get joy from it. That's weird. That's not good for your soul. Yeah. Yeah.
There's been a lot of talk about BMFs, like the baddest motherfucker around.
Oh, BMFs.
But like, I want to know, who would you call your BMF?
Right now, or like in what sense? Life?
Just in life in general, fighters, past, present.
BMF. Oh, there's so many. And one I can think of right now. Who's one? Fuck, there's so many. It's like, good example is a little bit cliche, but even like the first responders for like the Australian fires right now, like I know I wouldn't be able to do that. Those going into war for fucking Iraq or whatever, all that shit happening over there.
Yeah,
I know for a fact I would not do that. I don't give a fuck for Nigeria, for New Zealand, for America, anyone. I don't care. Like, I'm like, good. My life matters to me. I'm not gonna go die for some fucking,
politician.
Exactly. You know what I mean? For some big company with billions and trillions of dollars.
That's what it is.
Of course, man. Yeah, so for me, I'm not gonna go play your game. You go play your own game. Go fight your own wars. So they're bad motherfuckers for putting their life on the line in that sense. Like, I put my life on the line in different sense, for people's entertainment, but like and also for a couple million. But yeah. Yeah,
facts.
I don't. Well, I mean, we just started. I'm only 2 years in the company, man. This is literally next year is gonna be my second year in the UFC. I got signed in December 2017. Next year is gonna be my second year in the company. So a lot of people they don't realize I'm only just getting started. Like in the UFC, it's a new chapter, and I'm riding away. I'm blazing the trail.
Do you think you should be higher up the pound for pound rankings?
I don't really believe in all that. I'm like, pound for pound is opinions. And I've asked before, who writes these fucking rankings? Like,
who actually does write that?
It's writers. Like,
So not actual fighters?
Nah. It's just opinions. It's opinions. That's the thing. So it's like, everyone has their own, like, my pound for pound of all time right now in MMA, DJ, definitely Mighty Mouse. I just feel like the way he operated, at the frame rate he operated was just, it's too much. A lot of people, like a lot of noobs, couldn't keep up. He's too much. He's too make it for the ticket. But sorry, but yeah, like pound for pound, I don't really care. I know I've been saying it, bro. I've been saying it. I'm the best. I'm fucking. And so even today, after I watched the UFC, what did I say? Like the crew was just there. I was like, fuck, I can't believe I'm a UFC fighter. Oh shit. And then just like, oh yeah, you're the champion as well. I was like, oh yeah, true. But like, I mean, this is just, I'm still a fan. That's my thing. I'm just a fan. I'm just a fan of this game. And everyone else plays it on PlayStation. I play it in real life. That's the difference.
What was it like seeing yourself as a PlayStation character?
Fuck all that. Like that. No,
That's
because
fussy,
it's
though.
not even me. Like they copy and pasted me off like different photos and videos. You know what they have to do? EA has to get me to the studio in Canada or LA or whatever, put me in the fucking camera thing
with the dots.
Yes, get my
you
fucking.
didn't do that?
Nah. They just kind of copy and paste it. I had arms like Chad Mendes. You know what I mean? And I walk weird. My reach is not me. My face is on. I'm like, gross. So until
they're listening, man.
Until they rectify that, I don't even play the game. I boycotted after that. I was like, fuck these cunts. No. Until they rectify that, I'm not even promoting or like saying that to me. It's like, no, well, I win a lot of people fights. That's one thing. So they got my stats a little bit up, I guess. So it's not bad.
Shame EA. Cut that motherfucking check.
That's the one. Now, Shoko, you're sitting over there.
Yeah, Shoko, I was about to say something. Say something.
She had a big game and she's like, I got all these questions I want to ask and
do
all
the
that sort of
paper
stuff.
thing.
You do the paper thing.
Yeah. All right, what you got? Ask me questions.
What you got? What you got for Styles?
What?
You're not even looking at me.
No,
Are you intimidated by the machismo that is coming from your left? It's like remember Macho Man ooze machismo.
I'm intimidated by the machismo.
Yeah.
I'm intimidated by the Black Mamba.
What's like that? Oh, like Kobe.
No, but you.
Beef?
You're my Black Mamba.
Oh, straight. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
He's your Kobe?
Yeah, he's my Kobe.
I appreciate that.
100%.
Thank you.
You know, what's actually buzzy is watching your career as a kickboxer and a boxer as well. And, you know, a lot of people in New Zealand, we all knew that you were going to be big. 100%.
Not everyone.
well, not everyone, but like most of us did. And to see the level that you're at now, you know, when you handed the belt to Huge.
When I won it.
When you won the belt, I swear to God, I cried. That was one of the most.
I was crying.
That was like, you know.
I was with him.
Yeah. I even looked around in the bar and everyone just, it
feeling
was like, you know, when you got that friend that makes it and everyone can go,
that's my guy. That's my guy. That's my boy. See this? You got me goosebumps now.
We're in the feels like straight up when that happened. And actually, you know me, before we did that little interview we did in this bar, this podcast, before all of this. Before all of that.
All of this. All of this.
And before all of this, we did this podcast in this bar and I lost all my life savings.
Yeah.
But we had this bar and we did this podcast. And prior to that, I was like, I was a casual fan. But it was like I finally had someone that I could
root for
and I could connect to. Like even don't get me wrong, I appreciate what fighters like Mark Hunt and James Tahuna and them did for New Zealand MMA.
Yes.
But I never really connected because they were from either a different generation or maybe I just didn't. Well, for whatever reason, I didn't connect. But the ability to be able to connect with you, I think, motivated me or inspired me to become a better fan, you know, and that's real. And so you've done that to people like me, people all across New Zealand,
and more to come. There's still people who don't even know what. Oh, you do that UFC? Oh, you that guy? I'm like, a little bit. I dabble, you know, but eventually people will know. Like, this is fighting. Fighting is just part of everyone. It's you gotta take cricket to America and try and let that sell.
Cricket sucks.
Yeah, it would just be crickets.
I ain't gonna lie, cricket sucks.
Nah, it would just be crickets. That's the thing. So. Fighting, you can take that anywhere in the world. It sells. We know what it is. We know exactly what you're trying to do with the intricacies of grappling. Eventually people learn, you know, but yeah, it's fighting. At the end of the day, you're trying to best the other guy. And if you do, you win. If you don't, sorry. Yeah.
Well, it's something we all can relate to, you know, like, okay, I'm no tough guy, but
you are.
If I have to fight, I'll fight. You know what I mean? If I've got to, you know, same thing with you, Shoko, or my partner, or Eti, or whoever.
Yeah.
You know, it's something that we can all relate to is fighting, whether we're a competitive fighter or we're walking down the street and we get jumped one day and we've got to defend ourselves. You know what I mean? It's ingrained in us. And I think that's why so many people just are absolutely just drawn to the sport now. You know, it's not about violence and it's not about, a little bit it's about artistry and entertainment, but I think it's because it's something we can all relate to. You know, I might not have been an All Black, but I used to be able to play rugby, so it's relevant to me.
Yes.
But fighting, there's a sense of fighting in all of us, and
even
I think
in
that's
rugby,
what draws
there's
us.
fights. In every other sports, there's fights. You ever seen it's just, what did Dana White say? He said, like, if you have 4 corners, right, and then there's rugby on one corner, cricket on one corner, basketball on the other corner, and on the 4th corner, a fight breaks out. What does everyone do? Oh, shit. Everyone stops. Even I've seen it in fights in the boxing ring. Like, there's a fight in the crowd. The boxers stopped to like, oh shit, hold up, there's a fight. It's like, no, nigga, you're in the fight. You're in the fight. Keep fighting. Yeah, and even like, I can't remember which fight that was. It was a real high profile fight. Like, they were like, hold up. Oh shit. Oh, they're going at it. Oh shit. I was like, nah, you're boxing. Yeah, but fighting is just in our DNA, as Dana White says.
Well, Dana White is an interesting guy.
Yeah, Dana.
You know,
Uncle Dana.
Well, what's the relationship like there with you and Dana?
We're cool.
Yeah,
we're cool. I respect. Like, thing is, I wanted his job in the beginning. Like when I was watching Ultimate Fighter, like back on Sky One. You remember that?
Yeah.
You know, after midnight.
Now you want Ari. Hey, now do you want Ari's job?
Ari. Now, well, I mean, when I saw the work he puts like into the UFC, I'm just like, fuck all that stress. So I'd rather punch people in the face and kick people in the face and dodge punches. But yeah, in the beginning I always thought like, nah, it'd be cool to be a matchmaker and like I want this guy to go this guy and this guy, da. But nah, I like what I do. He's cool. I respect what he's done for the game. Like without him, Joe Rogan said, without him none of this would be possible. He still loves it. Before the Silva fight, I sat down in a room with him. I flew over to Sydney and I sat down in a room with him face to face. And I knew like because I was just trying to get this title shot after the fight and get the Silva fight locked in. And I knew like if he sits across from me, he'll feel me. It's different over text, over phone, but I'm like, he needs to sit like and see me. And I talked to him, like we're in the room for about 45 minutes, just me and him, man to man. And we were talking. And by the end of the conversation, I had sweat like fucking pit stains. Because I was passionate. I was talking to him. We were going back and forth. He asked me, and we were just going good stuff. And I could see him just like, yeah, fuck yeah. He said fuck yeah a lot. And every time he did, I could see dollar signs in his eyes. Like, fuck yeah.
He knows where the train's going.
He knows what's up. He knows where the hype trains are, all the way to the bank.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, and he gets a lot of criticism, a lot of grief from fighters.
Everyone does.
But you can't win them all.
Exactly. Oh, you have to realize, not even in the spotlight, in life, you can't win them all. That coworker who doesn't like you, you've been trying to get to like you for so long, it's all good. Leave him. Leave her. Let them do you can't win them all. You just have to be your best self. So for me, we're good. I mean, this fight took a little while to get signed, sealed, and delivered because we know what's up. And I've dealt with promoters all my life. So I know, what's the word? I know to dot my I's and cross my T's and just see things clearly. So I'm just trying to get paid properly. I mean, Conor, you see how they're getting paid, and we're in the same management team, and then they know what's being left on the table, and now they see a new young nigga coming up making moves, and they see like, okay, cool, he knows what's on the table. So we have to, I gotta collect, I gotta collect mine.
Well, you get that mad respect from all of those guys that do the same thing that you do. I mean, Conor McGregor just the other day in the press conference gave you a shout out for what you're doing. Yeah.
We chatted. I wished him luck. We talked a little bit this week, and I knew that was how the fight was gonna go. For me, it's either that, or like everyone said in the later rounds. Yeah, I'm like, Cowboy always starts slow, but I was just like, look, it's too fast. Like it's just too, and he's gonna start at you like quick, and Cowboy can't withstand that. So in the beginning, who you saw the fight?
No, I missed it. So what did I hear? He got rocked by a kick?
I think so. Well, it was 40 seconds?
It's 40 seconds. You'll see it on Instagram, the whole fight. Like literally come out, he throws a left, Cowboy slips beautifully, but then catches a thigh to the face. Okay. And then Conor starts like again in the clinch, and Conor starts shoulder barging him from the clinch, like, boom, and breaks. I don't know if he broke his nose, but he made him bleed. And gave him like a shiner, gave him a black eye with the shoulder bars, like 4 or 5. And then eventually they break. Then Cowboy tries to kick him, Conor blocks, and he's like, cool, my turn. Head kick, bang. And then drops him and then just did his thing, picked the shots. He didn't rush. That's the thing I'm saying. Like, you watch these guys, not even Conor, like he was like this in the past too, but it's a different level now when you don't throw and hope, you aim and fire.
I saw in a recent interview, Max Holloway said that he actually got some fight moves from the UFC game, the first UFC game.
Yeah.
So, like, my question to you is, like, has any movies or games inspired any sort of striking techniques for you?
Jackie Chan, Drunken Master. I've learned a few moves from that. Eddie Gordo, Tekken.
So you played with Eddie Gordo?
Yeah, cheating all day, all day.
That guy is just too good.
Straight low moves all day, crazy legs. Yeah. For me, just whatever. Even Avatar, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, all the things that you see me plugging in my UFC career, just kind of like.
Well, I mean, even in your entrance, you do the
Naruto hand signs, the ninjutsu. Like, that's weeb shit, weebu, nerd shit. So, and people, someone said one time, like, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to plug into that market, that, weeb market. I'm like, no, I just like anime. Like, if it just happens to sell to people who, the nerds are winning now,
Yeah.
So I got the bullies pumping my gas.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool, because for a lot of people, anime is... a lot of people look at anime as like, that's for the geeks. But then to see
kids,
the UFC champ doing it, and then, dropping Naruto and Dragon Ball Z. Now, no one wants to talk shit about it.
Of course, no, they still will, but I mean, try us. You know, fire blame jutsu on them. That's it.
And Shoko, just so we're clear, it's not hentai. It's anime. It's
Anime.
completely different.
Hentai. Oh, you know. Oh, of course, she knows. Yeah.
She knows the hentai.
Yeah. Arigato.
So one of the questions that we got from the internet, actually.
No.
So yeah, these are starting to come out.
All right.
Who was the first celebrity to slide into your DMs? Can we say it?
Yes, I actually kind of. Oh, it's an easy one. I kind of like name dropped her on a radio station in LA. So then I hit her up and I was like, just so you know, I name dropped you in case it gets back to her. And she's like, oh my god, you're so cute. I don't know if you guys know.
I was taking a drink and I was like, listen
oh my
to
god,
her.
you're so cute. Yeah, you know Abela Danger.
Abela Danger.
Yeah.
I know who she is.
Do you know? Don't lie.
See my eyes light up like.
Yeah, but she's cool, and
work.
she's friends with a few I guess friends of mine. Yeah, but she's cool. Yeah, and I mean I wouldn't even like.
That is the
I've seen what
best-
she works with
that is the
on her
best
job, but I
DM to
mean,
get.
yeah, like for me, like with porn stars. Oh, she's a
person.
porn star. She's an
You
adult
can't
filmmaker.
search her up right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Block Wi-Fi.
Nah,
I'm
but
so
like for
glad I
me,
didn't because I was going to.
I bet look up Danger She Wrote on Instagram. She's cool. She's
Oh, okay.
and yeah. I just think, you know, like everyone watches, you know, blue films and stuff like that, and that's the biggest like untapped market, you know, ever, and but everyone shies away from or shames it. So I'm like, well, are we gonna try and pretend like we don't know who these people are or what they do? Is like we all watch them.
Are we gonna be seeing a Stylebender sex tape?
No.
That's what I thought this was like. Kind of
Maybe
like
favorite.
the segue. I was like, oh
No,
shit.
no, I'm good. I've seen what she works with. I'm just, I'm trying to be humble.
Hey,
I don't want to end up on blacked.
Yeah, but seriously, straight up though, think about porn now versus porn 10 years ago.
Or the way it was.
Yeah, and it was so hidden.
Oh, you
and
mean like on Sky
underground.
One after midnight?
Yeah.
Those ones you
Your
have to
parents
watch.
go to
Like you have to watch it like.
Used to go on after
Yeah.
WCW.
Turn the volume down.
Make sure everyone was asleep in the house.
I
You put-
remember.
Yeah.
Put the blanket over the TV.
Oh, my
so
man.
The light
Oh, my
doesn't,
man.
Yeah, so the light doesn't go up. So you
Chestnut
got the man-
checkers.
people-
Chestnut
people-
checkers. This
yeah,
guy's
yeah.
on levels.
I'm living 2040, guys. Just to make sure that people didn't know that you were awake. So you just put the blanket over.
Smart.
and
This
turn
guy,
the
chestnut
sound
checkers.
down.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight up.
And then you do your own vocals.
Yeah. Oh wow.
No? Okay, my bad.
Just me.
Just me.
Elliot, producer Elliot told me he doesn't rely on the audio anyway. It's just the visual stuff.
That's all you need.
No, straight up though. Hey, you know, I think for a lot of fight fans here in New Zealand, they want to know what's next for you.
What's next?
What's next?
This year I'm gonna defend my belt 3 times at least 3 times. So I'm busy. I don't. Yeah, he's the first one on the list. Then after him, we'll see if Cannonier fights on the same card. If he does, and see how he wins, then I want him next. Paula can fucking wait in line to cunt. I know, we all know that motherfucker juicing. So I want to get him before USADA does. So if Jared doesn't fight, then I want Paula next. Excuse me. Then if not him, we'll see. There's a few other people at 185 I have to clean out first before I step up in 2021 and take out John Jones. Excuse me. Ooh.
That shit is electrifying.
This is vodka Red Bulls.
Yeah, it is a little bit small. No, I mean I've seen it, and this is one of those things. Like it was in July last year. I was just sitting down at the Palms, and I was just overlooking, the desert, seeing Vegas, and I might have been stoned. Yes, I was, and I just looked at like Raider Stadium being built, and then just popped in my mind like that's where it's gonna be. That's where it's gonna be, and I was like, shit, that's it. And even the other day, I was hitting pads with Huge, and I decided I'm gonna headline 300 UFC 300. I was like, I'll be around for that. I think I'll still be here. I was like, yep, I'm gonna headline it. Done. So I just make these things in my mind. I decide like that's what I want to do. That's what I'm gonna do. Boom, and then you just go out and do it. And there's gonna be variables. There's gonna be naysayers. There's gonna be ups and downs, smiles and frowns. But you just do it. You stick to it.
I think it's pretty gangster that you have you've got the ball in your court and you've basically told John Jones that you're gonna face him at this date. And he can't say anything else,
Try.
I think he's so used to being the bully, and now that he's getting bullied
By
he
internet kid.
yeah,
By
you're
a
also
nerd.
By the
exposing-
nerd.
Yeah, fucking nerd.
He's really terrible when it comes to.
He's an old white man. Straight up. No, I mean, tell me, where's the lie? He's the old white man in the athletic black man's body. Like, I just can't see it any other way. He tries to. I'm just over the guy. Like, I used to be a fan, and so did he. But then he realized, this is the money. This is where the fight is. So he decided, all right, cool, I'm going to turn heel on him. But in time, even if he loses to Dominic Reyes, even if he loses his belt, I don't care. I'm going to test that ass 2021 Raider Stadium.
See, and that's the gangster part, is most fighters are looking for belt fights. I want to fight whoever has the belt.
Fuck the belt. I've been saying that from the jump. Even my belt, last time I saw that belt, it was in my suitcase till about when I go back from Vegas. And then I gave it to Eugene about 2 weeks ago because he wanted to use it for something. And I don't get attached to it. You see, like Kobe, when he had his interim quote unquote belt, his old belt, walked around with it everywhere with his fucking hat and his book. And I'm like, man, you can't get attached to that because it's just another thing.
Was he attached, or was that part of like his heel swagger?
I think it's part of his swagger.
Yeah,
obviously, yeah. But like at the same time, you start to sometimes believe your character. A lot of people kind of stay in character a little bit too long, and I've heard that about him. But people that's work with him that work really close to me, and it's like he's a really nice guy, away from that character. But like sometimes he just stays in that character a little bit too long, and it's like, nah, you can't. Let's say don't drink your own Kool-Aid. I say sip on it, have a little sip, just don't get drunk on it, Well,
look at the tension that it's created in his gym.
Oh yeah,
he was like team captain or something.
Yeah, I don't know, but like it was there. Now you've divided because of what? Few million. I don't know, even million. He's probably getting a few hundred, but whatever. Like, I mean, what are you gonna do? Burn bridges for a few quid. Yeah, it's not my style. Like, if I'm gonna make beef like that and burn bridges, then someone's got to get paid, and that's me.
No, for real. Do we have any more questions from our fans?
Fan questions. Oh,
actually,
shit.
your fans, not our fans.
Yeah. Well, so you've been a kickboxing champ, fighting all over the world, and even dabbled in a bit of boxing. Is there another sport that you'd like to try out?
That's a good question. Shout out to whoever asked that. Another sport I'd like to try out. Fuck, that's a good question. I'm alright at table tennis.
Shout out.
Yeah, who that?
Shout out to Eti Nasiri.
Oh,
that was my question, motherfuckers.
Wow, plot twist.
There we go.
Another sport I'd like to try out.
I feel totally worked.
Yeah, hard up.
Let me see. What's a good answer? Racing.
Racing.
I'll be alright.
Yeah.
I don't know. Go down to Hampton Downs. Flex that a little bit. I might be all right. I played Need for Speed a couple times.
You open her up?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit?
Small, allegedly.
Yeah.
You could even do
rumor.
You could even do Dancing with the Stars.
I kill that so bad.
You'd definitely kill that.
I mean, it's unfair. It would be unfair. So, but I mean, you not yet. Later on, maybe, but right now, nah. I'm good. I'm working.
Even the Glory titles. That is there anyone in Glory that you've been, you keep an eye on, or just
nah? See, like the guy that knocked me out, he watches every single one of my fights. Every single one. I know that for a fact. I couldn't give two shits about what he does. And every time I fight, he always reposts it. It's like that's his claim to fame. That means more to him than the Glory title beating me. So that says a lot about my stock right now where I'm at. So he might have won the battle, but I'm winning the war by a fucking mile.
For real? Yo.
Still working, man. Still working, though. Humble.
Is there anyone that you've been mistaken for?
Ooh, yes. Fuck. Unfortunately, John Jones. I know. It's another that's like, fuck, every time. But also, who else? I've been mistaken for Blood Diamond. That's my guy. Shout out to Blood Diamond.
Shout out. I saw him. He got a bit of TV time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's out.
TV time.
He was in Vegas with me. We were in the suite. Fuck. We made some mistakes. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. But it was a good time. Vegas was fun. Yeah. Vegas was fun. Fuck. Like the whole team went to the strip club for the after party after the speakeasy. And then I didn't realize we walk in. And I'm just, because the host knew me, wanted to host everyone, and like they offer it to you, like, oh, free drinks, Get there, my face is on the big screen, and I was like, oh fuck, with the club owner, because I think he was in my suite the night before, and then as soon as the DJ starts announcing, you got UFC in the house, UFC, then they come like the zombie apocalypse straight away. You know, hey honey, I'm like, hey, what's up? And I just start handing out awards to everyone and start making money. I was trying to make a fucking music video in my head, but it was fun. I tried. Yeah.
Have you been what would you say? I think I might have stayed away from some of this sort of line of questioning.
Do it.
Exit.
We can always edit this one out. No, but in all seriousness though, do you look at a guy like John Jones and do you think to yourself that he, up until the Stylebender era, was the GOAT? Or near and around there? Because
definitely he's a living legend. He's one of the best fighters of all time, if not currently the best. What? Who's listening? Siri. Bitch, shut the fuck up. We're working over here.
Siri, shut up.
Siri's like, I don't have an answer for that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Apple.
Yeah. R.I.P. Steve Jobs. He's definitely a living legend. He's someone that, you know, I've watched come up from, you know, his early days and stuff. And, you know, as a tall, skinny black boy as well, you see that, you're like, oh, that's cool. But then he became an asshole, became a cunt, and I was like, well, fuck you then. Yeah.
Yo. Any more questions there from that we had to submit?
Shoko, what's up?
Shoko.
Yeah,
Tell me
Shoko,
stuff.
what's up,
Come on,
man?
Shoko. You know you want to ask him something.
I actually met you.
Oh, no.
Not that was.
I've
I'm
actually
sorry.
known you.
Like way before you were cool.
Way before you were so cool. No, I used to
alright.
see you at Jet every weekend.
Jet, that's the club. I remember Jet. Yeah. Is that Pyramid now or no?
It
That
used
was
to be
Pyramid.
Pyramid. Yeah.
It was Pyramid, then it was
It's Infinity now. It's
And it's
Infinity now.
Infinity
Yeah,
now.
that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah. Why did I say Pyramid? Fuck. Yeah, throwback.
There's a throwback
Basio.
Pyramid.
Was it Basio? No, Hitch. That was another one I saw at Aotearoa back in the
Hitch,
day.
yo.
I've been out here, man. I've been in these streets, lurking,
always-
creeping.
On that dance floor.
Yeah, I'm a little bit too Mickey. That guy, why is he sweating? It's cardio, bitch. Shut up.
Yeah. So you talked before about UFC 300 and wanting to be headlining UFC 300.
Gonna headline it.
So on that guide, on that
Facts.
basis, where do you see yourself? Like, what age do you see yourself retiring?
It's not really an age thing. It's a feeling. It's a feeling. There will be a time when I'm just like, I want to do something else, and that's it. I'll just go do something else. I'll just feel like it. I don't feel like doing this anymore. I feel like doing something else, and I'll just go do it. Yeah. So it's not like an age thing, because I have things I want to do, you know, outside of fighting. And once this is all done, I won't be online for a while. I'll be gone off into the abyss. This year I'm gonna have a place in Waiheke, and I'm gonna also have like an apartment in the city. I have a few spots around, like Auckland,
Everyone is just now heading to Waiheke.
I actually jet skied to Waiheke
You just made
in the
Waiheke
weekend.
very expensive.
No, I want to. Like I jet skied there from there's a place out east. Oh fuck, I can't remember something. I can't remember now.
Mairangi.
Shout out to
Mairangi? I don't know.
No.
Not
Shout
Mairangi
out-
Bay.
North.
No. Shout out to Maraitai.
Maraitai, yeah.
That's where
Yes,
down
Beachlands,
Maraitai.
Maraitai.
Yeah, bro, the water was beautiful. And I was out there. Shout out to Boss Hunia as well, because he was there and he let me use his jet ski. So I just put the Bluetooth, like the speakers on, and just all the way to Waiheke. And it was just nice, just like seeing the lifestyle over there. I was like, man, I could just, and you see some of the houses there, I'm like, I want that one. I want that one. I was like, oh yeah. Have you seen a Kevin Hart documentary on Netflix?
I was just talking to Etsy about it.
Bro, how many episodes in are you in?
All the way through so
Bro,
far.
the
Up to
nigga
date.
works, man. Like, because the end of last year, I kind of felt like after my USA tour, my tour in the US, I came back and I felt like I didn't slack off, but I felt like I didn't have as much vision anymore as I should be. So then I already started feeling towards the end of last year like, all right, cool, I gotta re-up, I gotta have new goals, so I'm gonna fly private this year. Like that's one of my goals, like at least once, and then after that forever. So I'm like, I have little things, like I said, when I was driving Diamond's Honda, you know, when he was living in China, I was borrowing his car, and it's a manual, so whenever I shift the gears, I'd do this automatically in my head. I'd paddle shift, invisible paddle shift, just because I'm like visualizing one day, and now I do it for real. So things like that I have in my head, just kind of like program it into existence. And then like work, you have to also do the work to get to that point. So yeah, I have new goals now. Like there's sometimes people, fucking this nigga, material shit, I have other goals as well, but the material things are just, they're like trinkets along the way to show where I'm at. and the level I want to get to. Yeah, and I'm working. Thank you. But like, yeah, Kevin Hart, seeing the way he works made me feel like, fuck, I got to step my game up.
It's an interesting documentary or interesting series. I was saying to these guys that it is a must watch if you want to look, particularly if you want to be motivated to grind. You know,
exactly. It did that for me. I felt like, man, I'm slacking. I'm slacking.
He has got some mad hustle. Comes from a really super humble background. Interesting. His mother was like a college professor.
Yeah,
and his dad was a crack addict.
Yeah,
and you know,
so was she making the crack?
Hey.
Well, she was a smart woman, so she left him.
All right.
But his dad's back in his life now. And all this
he's funny.
That's cool.
He's pretty.
He's funny. He's crack up. Seen him
and his ventilator. And he's getting his oxygen and stuff.
See, when Kevin's baby was crying, he's like, "Shut up!" and then like pretends to smack him on the back of the head, and then the baby stops. He's like, "See, I used to do that to you all the time."
Yeah. And it's funny.
Shut up.
There's a whole episode on the relationship with his dad, and he's talking about, you know, in his stand-up, he talks about learning to swim, and his dad throwing him in the... That legit happened.
Yeah.
His dad's telling the story about how he just threw Kevin Hart in off the wharf or in the pool or whatever it was and just went, swim. Swim, you little motherfucker, you know, type of thing. So you want to watch something, and if you are annoyed by Kevin Hart, the way he does his stand-up or his movies or whatever, your perception will change because you can't help but sit back there and respect the hustle.
Hustle hard.
You know, for real. You know, even in different fields that I work in, I look at people who have elevated their game. And, you know, for a long time, I was a hater. I'd sit back and just hate and be jealous.
It's the culture, though, man. It's the culture sometimes, and what we're brewed in. It's just like, oh, look at this cunt fucking thinks he's the man. What he does.
Especially in New Zealand.
Yeah.
We have a strong sense of
tall poppy syndrome.
Yeah, the crabs in a bucket thing. But for me, I can't even like put myself in that mindset because I don't, and I've been there before. So when I see it in other people, it's so clear to me. I'm just like, you know, you could be better than this. You don't have to hate me. And like, there's enough out there for everyone. I'm not taking anything, or you're not taking anything. Like, there's so much. It's infinite. But yeah, even one of my goals this year, definitely, I'm gonna do Cold as Balls. I want to do that Kevin Hart's thing on Laugh Out Loud.
Oh yeah,
have you seen it when he's in the ice tub? Yeah. I was like, I was watching it the other day, and I was like, I'm gonna do that. I'll probably do it before or just after my next fight.
Did you hear that, Kevin Hart?
Yeah, I'm coming for you. Yeah.
He's coming for you.
Yeah, I'm coming on you.
Like, you come from such a great gym, CKB.
Yes.
Are there any other killers that we should be keeping an eye out?
Definitely. You know, we've got Carlos in the works. He's just coming out of surgery. You know, devilishly handsome, muscular.
He is a beautiful man.
Very. And also, he knows how to kick ass. He knows how to kick ass.
Carlos Olberg.
Yeah, that's my guy.
He's even on my wall.
Yeah. Now we've got him. We've got Stephen Warby, who's a vet in the game in New Zealand, but he's still grinding. He's literally on the cusp of his big break. So he's still hustling, but he's taking care of his responsibilities as a man. Got, you know, the Vake boys, they're still coming forward. John, James, young boys on the grind, BJ Bland. Yeah, many more. So, but this is just like the tip of the iceberg. Like I said, they can't catch us right now because we're ahead of them. We're miles ahead. So we're just going to keep working and stay ahead of the game.
I was recently down the line and I ran into some people from Rotorua and Taupo.
Oh no!
And I tell you what, you are straight up a legend down there.
Straight?
No, for real, you know. And it's quite interesting. So I mean, I go down there and do some gigs and that sort of thing. We talk to people and they tell me, "Oh man, Israel, I went to school with Israel, or this Israel, man, he's the man. Oh, we love him, this and that, da 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 da."
They're probably assholes.
Yeah, they're probably the same guys.
Try to shove me in the toilet in the urinal.
Well, let's talk about that just quickly because I think I've heard you before talk about being bullied as, you know, a young fella, and through that pushing you towards learning to fight,
defend myself.
Yeah, to defend yourself. You know, I mean.
Have you seen any of them?
Yeah, like I've been back to Rotorua maybe, I don't know, last time I was there was like 3 or 2 years ago. And I saw someone that used to pick on me. And in my head, it's weird even when I think about them now, my eyes, I see them as bigger than me, looking down at me. But when I saw them in real life, I was like, huh? Like, I used to be scared of you. Like, just gross, just a gross person. And you can tell them, like, they're like, oh no, we're cool. Like, you can tell they tell people like, nah, he's my mate, you know, go way back. I'm like, no, we were never friends.
Are you thankful though for that experience?
100%. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't make me who I am now because I did go through that. I went through the fire. I wouldn't be as hard as I am now or as knowledgeable as I am now with certain things. So I'm thankful, I'm grateful, but I wouldn't wish it on most people, and on my kids definitely. I would be acting different if my kids, get picked on. I know what kids are like. Kids are cruel. They're shit cunts. So I know how I would be that dad that goes to the school, and I would throw hands. Other kids?
Yeah,
fuck yeah. Yeah, I'll step on their toes. Give them a little clip around the ears. You touch my son or daughter, we're gonna have problems, and I'll fight your dad and your whole family.
Oh my god.
And your mom.
Every kid now, every school is gonna be like, you get whatever you want.
Yeah. I was just hearing
you got an A+ already.
I was just hearing Izzy talking about being that parent. I just kept thinking my mum. Just automatically straight mum. Oh man, my mum, I tell you what, my mum was a machine,
Good.
My mum was a strong Māori woman, and I remember the first time somebody at school, at this Parnell school, we were talking about, told me that my mum was the N-word. And I remember going, and because my mum's one of those darker Māori women, I know it's hard picturing it because I see it so fair,
super light skin,
but I can remember she rocked up, man. I remember she rocked up to the school, and I thought she was gonna take this kid's head off, man. No one messed with my mum after that. So hey, so don't worry about that, man. That's good parenting, straight up,
100%. I mean, if you're not gonna discipline your kids, I will.
For real,
properly.
Well, your real ride or dies your kids, aren't they?
I'll get my belt, whip the ass. UFC belt.
Are we gonna see you on Deadpool 4? Deadpool 5?
I'll be in a movie eventually. I'll do cameos and stuff. I will do cameos, but I'm not gonna do a feature film till after fighting. I'm working on my documentary right now. We're still shopping around for a network to buy it, but when it happens, that'll be my first proper documentary movie. But later on, acting or esports or video gaming or
what about WWE?
Yeah, I'll do one. I'll do a stint just for fun. Because that was, fucking Raw and SmackDown. Monday Night Raw was like family time. Yeah, I think it was Saturday or Sundays as well. Sunday after Fear Factor, we used to watch SmackDown. So that was always family time, and that's a lot of my stuff about entertainment came from that. Because that's what everyone grew up on. And it's still real to me, damn it.
We are gonna see you in a WrestleMania, and I'm gonna have that crying moment again. I'm literally gonna cry
have to tag you in.
Yo, and this is no work. We're legitimate WWE fans.
I know. Yeah, you guys are. I see you guys talk. I see you guys working. Yeah, I see you.
That's still the dream, man. WrestleMania's on that bucket list.
You haven't been?
No, that's on the bucket list.
You have to. I haven't been, but I'll go to one of them. I even want to go to a live one just because I want to feel it. Just because I've seen what it's like coming up.
That's when I got my first. That's when I got my first love for DC.
Oh, real?
Seeing DC at WrestleMania, marking out for Seth Rollins when Seth Rollins.
It was a mark.
He was like, screaming.
Really?
He was in the boxes or whatever. But Seth Rollins, what was it? Claimed his Money in the Bank contract on Brock, and DC's like marking out. He's like, screaming and that, and funny things like that just change you as a fan. Because prior to that, man, I was like, Jones, Johnny Bones, and then DC was my man.
I'd actually seen Undertaker live, and he actually came to the Victor Arena, and he was a special guest, so we didn't know that he was coming. And the lights turned off, and then the dong hit, and I swear to God, I think I punched the kid in front of me by accident. I was that excited. I was like, get out of the way! And I kind of threw a couple of hands, and I was like, shit, my bad, because he was a real young kid. So if you're that young Islander kid, I'm really sorry.
I like that moment though, like when it's like quiet and then you just hear like, if you smell, or the dong. Oh, that's gangster.
Well, didn't you guys get hooked up when or Richie got hooked up? Shout out to Rich Tier, one of the legends of the Auckland door scene. When what was it, WWA wrestling, and this was after WCW, and Jeff Jarrett and Scott Steiner and Bret Hart came there, and they were up at Dispensary Bar opposite Sky City having a few drinks the night before, and they ended up hooking all the boys up with tickets.
Straight,
I think that was Rich. Yeah, no, I didn't get those free tickets.
Oh no, we'll take that shout out back, Rich.
Thanks, Rich. I didn't get that ticket either. God damn.
Who was your favorite wrestler?
For me, The Rock. The Rock, definitely. Stone Cold. There was always like seasons. Stone Cold, Rey Mysterio for a little bit. Who else? Hardy Boys was always on. Yeah, I mean, I had a few. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Tori Wilson.
Wilson,
Stacey Keebler. Oh, let's go.
Yo,
Sable.
Oh, Brock.
That's right. Yeah.
Sorry, Brock, if you're listening to this, my bad, Oos.
Sorry, not sorry.
No trouble here. Well, my man, the champ, Israel Velas Stylebender.
Pleasure.
Mr. Adesanya. Thank you very much. I know Siri keeps going at me. I'm trying to do a big farewell, but Champ,
I appreciate you.
It's been a pleasure, brother.
Thank you.
Let's do this again in a year's time.
Shoko, you're talking too much. Shush.
I know, right?
Yeah.
The only time I
quiet.
don't talk.
Yeah, be quiet. Yo, what's up? This is the Culture Crew.
Respect.